Well, today, yes, great match by Spain. Very good match from Spain. And I think they're still only at 70%. Welcome, everyone. How are you all doing? I think they can give a lot more. And if we want to point out flaws, obviously, I also think that compared to other favorites, we still lack more firepower up front if we compare ourselves to France. But of course, you say, hey, who has beaten France in recent years? Spain, precisely because of that, because they steal the ball and because they play this kind of game that some people don't like. I just read some reflections like, and besides, this usually happens when one team dominates the other, doesn't let them play, cancels them out. People always tend to say, no, it was a really boring match or the opponent is really bad. Well, it's neither one nor the other. Because, and I understand that there are people who, let's say, aren't Spanish, who don't want them to win, or well, who just don't care. Just like if the Spanish national team wins, someone might watch a match like this and say, this is absolute control of the game. There are no alternatives from the other team. I get it, but put yourselves in your own team's shoes. I mean, if you win like this, damn, you'd be thrilled, right? Well, that's kind of how I feel about Spain. I mean, I don't want any problems at all. I mean, not even, I mean, I don't even want them breathing near me during Madrid games, of course, and with the Spanish national team too. We've watched a lot of soccer, and the World Cup is a particularly cruel competition. Soccer is a very cruel sport in which, well, there's a team that maybe doesn't dominate but gets close to the box, creates a chance. How many times has that happened to Real Madrid, right? Well, but today there was no surprise, naturally. Look, today, this July 2nd, marks exactly 30 years. I remember the day of the victory perfectly. Spain's victory in the round of 16 of the 94 World Cup 3-0 against Switzerland. What similarities, right? Right or not? Back then, it was the round of 16, not the round of 8. But it was the first knockout stage after the group phase, with Spain finishing first in their group and facing two very similar neighboring teams. In the case from 30 years ago, it was Switzerland and this time Austria. And I also remember that day that one or two of the goals were scored by Fernando Hierro, right? No, one was by Luis Enrique. He was a Real Madrid player back then. The other one was by Hierro, with which Spain opened the score. Scorers, Hierro, then Luis Enrique, and then a penalty scored by Chiqui Begiristain, if I remember correctly. From the start, any doubts about Spain were due to their struggle to score near the opponent's goal. That's the team's main issue. But with Mikel Oyarzabal, who, by the way, is like Maradona when he wears the Spanish national team jersey, a very intelligent forward. He knows where to be at every moment, and he has a fantastic left foot. He does have his flaws too. He's not as fast as one would like. Otherwise, we'd be talking about a guy who, with all due respect to Real Sociedad, would have left Real many years ago. And he would be playing for a club, with all due respect to Real, but for a much, much bigger club because he's an outstanding pivot there. I mean, he understands perfectly how to play as a number 9, and sometimes he can even play a bit like a number 10 to set up the wingers and for combinations and so on, like our Benzema. But the thing is, Benzema is something else, but he does a great job. Mikel Oyarzabal here, because also Spain isn't historically a national team with great strikers, center. And if one of them stands out one year, you say, hey, look, for example, Ferran with Barca takes the spot from Oyarzabal. Sorry, takes the spot from Lewandowski, and he has a good season with Barca, and I've said it throughout this year. I'm surprised by Ferran, who usually missed a lot, but this year he's scored goals against Madrid. Hey, the kid is out of luck. The guy is really out of luck, and it seems like he's turned into Morata. Even so, Morata. I used to say that he misses a lot, but at least he's the first to defend. He's a striker who defends first and does a great job. But Ferran is just really unlucky. Let's hope that during this time, Nico Williams gets better, Victor Munoz gets better. Let's see if we finally get to see Victor Munoz play some minutes. And we've already seen that Jeremy Pino has recovered from that collarbone sprain, and we can see him, because Spain needs wingers. Now, in the left winger position, he's doing very well. Baena obviously doesn't play the same way. Baena hardly ever gets to the end line and crosses, although today he did give the pass to Pedro Porro, and it was very good. By the way, he cut inside with his right foot and crossed with his left at a perfect height. If a guy comes in there like a knife through butter inside the box to meet it with his head, like Pedro Porro did, doing all the moves of the play, which is the header, being a right back, this says a lot about the kind of team Spain is, right? More of a unit than anything else, a team that plays with a lot of set routines, and that's where Well, the big stars come in. Now we're talking about Lamine Yamal. Well, they're not as decisive as in other teams. You can't say the big star of the Spanish national team, the important footballer in the picture, is Mikel Oyarzabal. It's clear it's Lamine Yamal. I'm talking about Yamin and Lamine. And I start talking about each of the Spanish footballers one by one. Because besides, there's an achievement that Unai Simon has accomplished, someone who has been criticized a lot and who has been put through a lot. A little campaign so that John Garcia plays instead. And the thing is, I really like the guy. He's someone who always speaks very clearly. I think he's a fantastic kid, and hey, he's achieved something that's gone down in World Cup history. He's the goalkeeper who has kept a clean sheet for the most consecutive World Cup matches. It's true, spanning 2 World Cups, because in the match against Japan, in the Qatar World Cup, the last one of the group stage, Japan beat us 2-1. Wow, there's so much that Spain needs to get rid of from past World Cups. The match against Morocco, they didn't concede any goals during regular time. It's true that later in the penalties they did, but this counts regular time. That's 5 matches, including this one, where Unai Simon hasn't conceded a goal. No other goalkeeper in World Cup history has done this, and there have been some great ones. Who has beaten that? Who has had better numbers, right? In terms of time without conceding, with a clean sheet, so congratulations from here to the great Unai Simon. Pedro Porro is a better right back than Llorente. He understands and connects better with Lamine Yamal. It's Min Yamal. He's more dangerous. He even gets to the end line. To me, he seems like a much better fullback. I don't know if he understands better or not, but I think in the attacking phase, he's much better. I think Pau Cubar and Aymeric Laporte are having a really good World Cup. I mean, Spain hardly gets attacked, and even when they do, those two handle it really well. They're not giving Luis de la Fuente's team much of a scare. Pau Cubar, yes, they called a foul on Cucurella's goal, which wasn't a foul at all. I think I have it here somewhere. It wasn't a foul at all, because I want to focus on that play because it really pissed me off. I think we got robbed there because, and some of you might think differently. You can put it in the comments too. Let's see. Here's the thing. There's not a single rule that says the goalkeeper. I've always said this, especially when it's happened to us with Madrid and so on. There's not a single rule that says you can't touch the goalkeeper inside the box, inside the 6-yard box. Not a single one. What you can do with the goalkeeper is go after him, jump, not vertically, but jump diagonally, jump sideways. I mean, trying to, and especially if the ball isn't even there. But really, sorry, some of you might think that this maybe is a foul by Cubarsí. Cubarsí jumps vertically with the goalkeeper next to him. He does absolutely nothing. The ball goes there. I mean, what Cubarsí doesn't do is, and look, Rodri is also jumping there. Cubarsí, what he never does is go against the goalkeeper. If the ball had gone somewhere else and you want to jump against the goalkeeper, try to block him, obstruct him. We saw it the other day with Germany, and I didn't think it was a foul either because it's wrong to obstruct. Totally. Not letting the goalkeeper move forward in the 6-yard box, that's a foul. But the other day with the German player and the Paraguayan goalkeeper, I didn't think he did it. In fact, the other one let himself fall. Very easy for me in the football I've always known. But well, they're calling them, but excuse me, this one is much less than the one the other day, much less. The goalkeeper can easily catch that ball, or he can punch it away perfectly, but the guy punches it terribly, and then Cucurella's goal comes. Now I talk about Cucurella, and they call him Cucurella, and they disallow it for us. Well, more players. Cucurella, for me, one of the best fullbacks in the world. Even Cucurella himself says that in one-on-ones, Nuno Mendes is better, the fullback from there. Portugal is about to play Croatia, which could be Cristiano's last game. By the way, this could be Modric's last World Cup match. One of the two must leave, which will sadden us as Real Madrid fans. Cucurella has been fantastic. I mean, we've signed a player this year. For Real Madrid, who rarely makes mistakes, Cucurella rarely makes mistakes. He's fantastic in defense. Today, he gave another assist. He gets along well with Oyarzabal and hopefully with Mbappe next year too. Also with Vinicius, Endrick, and for me, Cucurella is always good. They're rating him as one of the best in the match, giving him a 9 on Bishoker. For me, the man of the match is Oyarzabal because of the 2 goals, but it could be between Cucurella and him. Obviously, goals always count, right? All right, Alex Baena, I said he did very well. It's true that he doesn't get to the end line, even though today he crossed with his left foot. But he's a player who's performing very well for Spain, whether we like him or not. He's performing very well. Pedri and Rodri, I've seen them a little better, but not to the point of saying they're the players we've seen before. I'm not going to say that they've got us used to it, because it's true that with Pedri, much more than with Rodri, a lot of exaggerated things have been said, right? I like how Pedri plays, but I think he's still slowing down the ball, Spain's game, and he makes bad decisions. Today, less than in the match against Uruguay and other games, I think Pedri has improved, as has Rodri. Still, Dani Olmo is the essential player there. I mean, besides, Luis de la Fuente puts him in again. Thank goodness he did it today in the next matches. With Spain, he doesn't have a suspension. You can always play him. Well, Barca can always play too, right? With the embarrassment that is over there. But anyway, no. Seriously, now, Dani Olmo is the player Spain needs to be dangerous there, to give depth, to appear between the lines. He's the one who brings verticality when the play needs it, and he's very smart. Dani Olmo always finds the moment and the place to give that change of pace the play needs. Absolutely, Lamine Yamal has had some plays. A fantastic nutmeg. Aymar has gotten past his marker quite a few times. He often gets past his man because he's very good. I've always said it here. Let's not be like them. Let's not be like the Barca fans. When they said Vinicius, no, this guy is really good. He seems too relaxed now. I'm not sure if it's because he doesn't want to sprint, isn't at 100% or something else. That overconfidence bothers me. Maybe Ngoya too. It's true that at certain moments in the match, the game didn't need it, but I don't know. There's a bit of overconfidence there that I don't like, that I don't enjoy. And well, I've already talked about Oyarzabal. What I like about Yaman, and I think you guys do too, is that how could you not like him? This guy, it's his little brother, man. I mean, the little brother is something else. The little brother is really something. Look at how he celebrated, man. I mean, look. Seriously, it's just look. Wonderful. The other day, I saw a video of her mother with her brother. I don't remember his name. Cooking. I was cracking up at the table. I love kids, and those of you who are parents will understand perfectly. Even if you don't like to admit it, this kid is just someone you want to hug and kiss. Things I've left out, because it's true that it's been a day since I made a video. I mean, there was no video this morning, there was no video in the afternoon. And I wanted to react here to something I didn't have time for before, and I have them written down here. Hey, there's a guy named Emilio Sansolini who I think has an amazing account. Follow him because he's doing these things, these games with the World Cup matches. Same thing. He doesn't know that if you put an eagle there on Spain's crest, there are people who interpret it the wrong way. But let's see. The funny thing here is that Spain had here chained to the eagle on Austria's crest. He plays here with the no pay, no gain, saying it's not pay, no gain. And he's the one who invented this way of viewing the bracket in a circular format, which is wonderful. It's very beautiful. It's one of the images I'll always take with me from this World Cup, seeing the painting in a different way. Okay, quickly, let's see some things, because later I'll talk about the match with Croatia. And of course, paying tribute to Cristiano and Modric, in case they're playing their last match in the World Cup. These two true Madridistas, legends of Madridismo. This was on Raku. And today, talking about how Gordon has cost more than what they're telling us.
Mr. Gordon, the main man? No, he's not the main man. No. Journalists who are here. 70 plus 10. How much did Gordon cost? 70 plus 10. No, 70 plus 10 plus 24, which are the agent's commissions. They're talking about 100 million.
Of course, 70 plus 10, which are the variables, plus 24 for the agents, for the representatives. I mean, it's gotten away from them. It's gone up to 124 million to 124 million. And, let's see, Gordon isn't all that. It's true that he gave the 2 assists to Harry Kane in England's comeback against the Democratic Republic of the Congo. For me, he's a player I've seen do a few things I liked, but right now he's not a starter for England, and he's not the big deal they're trying to sell us. It's true that he's a forward who presses high and all that, the kind that Haseflick might like. But with this price thing, maybe Barca created a problem for Gordon. But it doesn't matter. If Tebas allows them, Tebas lets them do anything, right? Anyway, yes, about Balogun yesterday. The red card for the United States player with a play very similar to Messi's. It's true that with Messi against Algeria in the first match, well, it didn't happen. He didn't twist his ankle, but the United States player did to the Bosnian player. It's a very similar play in the sense that you step in a very dangerous area and it's accidental. Both of them are accidental. And we said here on the first day, when there's a player who does this, a player who isn't Messi, who isn't one of the stars, we'd have to see. If Cristiano did it, let's see what would happen. I think they'd send him off just the same, right? They'd send him off, wouldn't they? Exactly, said and done, said and done. So I hope everything goes well for you. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel, comment, share, hype up the video, please. It really helps. And that's it. See you in the next one. Thanks for el apoyo durante estos días. World Cup videos more focused on the World Cup than on Real Madrid, but still always with those touches, right? And lists. I'll leave in the description the show I'm doing on Daystar Espanol, A Total Goal, because we're there every day, and that's it. I would appreciate it if you could check it out and watch the show. And I'm working with the Mexican and with wonderful people, and I think we're creating something really beautiful. Was Iñaki Angulo there too as a reporter? And I think that, and of course, my producer at BN Sports, Arnaldo Marrero, who has been the one who believed in this project. There's still something interesting left, so watch it using the link in the description. See you. Thanks for watching. Bye.